Happy Monday, Vanderpump Rules fans. The crew goes to Mexico, Jax gets a job offer, and we've got a divorce closet that we have to unfold. Here we go!
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin!
Perfect Mexico jam. Perfect Mexico jam. I wish we were in Mexico right now.
We need some tequila shots. Just like a bottle. So someone should just run it down a lot.
Yeah, it's such a cool bottle, too. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us. We can't wait to get into the discussion. As always, we have the live chat pulled up. We will do a quick introduction, and then we'll get right into it. So if you guys haven't joined us before, I'm Tiege Dooley-Panko. And we've also got Zack.
Yeah. Zack Peters.
Woo! And we got Serio.
Hey.
And we got Stacey Olivas. All right, you guys, this is so exciting. We can't wait to get into the conversation. First things first, Jax gets a job offer in Florida. I mean, is this legitimate is my biggest question. I think it was also Stassi's biggest question.
I feel like he said that this was his dream job, and he's wanted this job since he was a kid, but like, I didn't realize social media manager was a thing when he was a kid to like aspire to be. Like, like what, in what realm was he like, yeah, I want to tweet about hockey when I grow up?
I think this is like part of the jealousy with the Tom-Toms because they have this new bar going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now he's like a little jealous. So he's like, well, now I have to grow up and now I have to like outdo them and get this big offer and
I mean,
turn
he
back
should've
the
been-
attention on me.
You should have been thinking about that 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I feel you.
Yes.
But I've never really heard him. I know he's like sports, but I've never really heard him talk
No.
about hockey in specifics, though.
No.
And why Florida? Like I was saying to Zach, I feel like hockey would be like a northeastern sport
Yeah.
I
to
mean,
like go to.
I'm sure that it is a thing in Florida. That's not my question. However,
Anticipated rugby.
my thing is, do you guys realize that Jax Taylor's lifeblood depends on his getting attention in LA? And his like everything he does is so LA. Like there's no way that he's ever gonna leave LA, is my thing.
I have to counter that.
What?
I think he would actually enjoy Florida better because in LA, there's so much competition with celebrity that if he
right.
goes to Florida, all the attention will be on him.
That is true. That is a very valid point.
And
Courtney and Chloe left Miami. It's all his now.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
feel like he would fit in well with Miami because he's like
Because they're
muscly.
trashy.
And I also feel like it's one of those things where it's like, if he got a job offer, sure, but it's like what you do when your mom, like every Thanksgiving is like, so like when, you know, when your parents are like asking for when are you going to get your job? That's what I feel like when Jax was trying to explain it to his friends.
Right, which I mean, it was nice to see Jax like excited about something and like excited about this whole job thing, but it just seems like kind of a weird, random thing, and it's kind of like, I don't know.
Where did this come from?
We had talked about whether or not, or I think Stassi had mentioned it, about whether or not this was a real job offer. And we had all talked about, like, normally when you have a real job offer, like, you have to give them a date by when you have to respond. Like, there's a protocol.
I think it was honestly a friend in Florida that called him and was like, hey dude, you want to do, I mean, I don't even think I think that maybe they were just talking. This is how I see it going down. And then Jax was like, I kind of need like a job or, you know, something like all my friends are doing this stuff. And he's like, well, you could probably come work at our little hockey station if you want. I don't know. That's just how I envision
He
it.
probably is saying he got a job offer when it might just be like an interview and he needs to go through the process.
But you think he applied for anything? It was a friend.
No. I think his friend was like, maybe his friend was like, we have a opening, you should apply, send in your stuff.
But why would you tweet that out if you're not for sure doing it?
Right.
Because he's so
Because
cocky.
he's so dumb and cocky. I feel like it's one of those things where, like, you know, the company is like, ooh, I read this article online about social media influencers. We should get one of those and bring them in to tweet for us. And then they're like, who's the easiest we can get? And then this one guy's like, I know Jax. And then it
That's
like
how that
just kind of
happened.
came
Ding,
together.
ding,
They're like, he has followers. And then it just happened. But, like, he's going to be tweeting barefoot, like, rubbing his feet. Like, he's just, look at how he does Vanderpump Rules every week in his interviews. Like, he's not a businessman.
No, okay. Erica in the live chat said that he tweets all the time about hockey and he is from Florida. So, or she thinks. So, yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. Okay.
I mean, yeah, he
I mean,
is from
Erica,
sure he's
if you're
interested.
following him, good for you.
No, she's great. We all have to do it.
I love you, Eric. I don't.
Stacey
I
knows.
wouldn't admit that, Stacey. Not publicly.
Okay, so
I don't.
let's stay on the Jax train and let's talk about. Let's get into Mexico. Do you want to talk about Mexico? The first thing I just want to talk about really quickly because it was so cringy for me was the hot tub scene.
Ew.
I just felt really sad because it's like the girlfriend who just wants Jax to be so happy. I mean, she's like, you know, she's got no top on. She's like in a little skimpy swimsuit and she looks so cute and he's just not giving her attention. He's still talking about Kelsey, the Reiki girl.
He's like, she's begging him to love her. Can't you guys just tell? She's like all over him. Like, and it's just so sad. And he's just like, this chick wants me.
It's so annoying because she's so
sad.
perfect and he doesn't go for
Zack
it.
doesn't think it's sad. It's not sad in the sense of like I feel for Brittany because she already like went down that path like a year ago. It's just sad seeing someone have to act. Brittany, you could have saved yourself so much money. I don't know why you have to keep throwing these things to prove yourself to Jax.
Right. I know.
Like, oh, that's what I
well,
thought.
I don't think it was her money. It was probably Bravo budget.
Yeah, it was Bravo
I know,
budget.
but still the whole.
She'll
Whatever.
do jumps. She'll do twirls. She'll do anything.
I
for
want
him.
her to get back to like that rotten hell, Jax.
Rotten
Rotten
hell.
hell. Like I want that Brittany back. Like this, like, you know, begging for his attention and like getting him a house in Mexico to rent for the weekend. Like it's too much. And I mean, I honestly don't even want to talk about them anymore.
It's sad though. It's like
I can't. I have no more feels.
I've been in like I feel like people have been in relationships where you just want it to work so bad, and I feel like that's her, and she just like it's like she just wants to keep like giving him gifts and like hoping something like works out, and it's just like I don't think it's going to. He's so mean to her. It's hard to watch.
She needs herself some Adam.
Yeah.
I don't know if Adam's the greatest, but it would be a good rebound.
Look,
you know,
Adam would be the perfect rebound.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. But I don't know if it's gonna happen now that everything's kind of coming out of the woodwork.
I know.
I don't know. Can't they go into that little restroom that Jax used to hook up at Sir? Like they both work there.
Yes.
Jax is going to be moving to Florida. Mm-hmm. Why he needs to move to Florida to tweet, I don't know.
No.
None of this job makes sense.
I feel like don't we have hockey teams here in California?
Does
I
anybody
don't watch hockey.
does anybody other than Jax Taylor on Twitter follow hockey?
I don't know.
Stacey, do you follow them
no.
too?
I don't.
Midwest is hockey, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Love to all the Midwest.
Mwah, mwah, my homies. Okay,
Homies.
so Mexico, the big fight. Should we talk about it?
Yeah.
So everybody's. I don't even know how this started. How did this start?
They were talking about how Scheana had tried to set up Brittany with homeboy from Sir.
I mean, it's all because Jax didn't invite James to go have the man talk with them at the bar.
Yeah.
So James is always left there listening to the girls talk, which I think is more exciting than what
It's
Jax
great.
was saying.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
great.
Trouble.
And I think that's how it all happened. And then Jax just happened to walk back.
Right
And
in the middle of it.
Ariana was just like, hey, so tell us about Tampa. And they were like, oh, I guess Brittany told you. And that's just when
Thank
it...
God for Lala Kent.
Thank
Oh my
Lord.
gosh. I
So
mean,
good.
she is so good. She calls people out. I loved what she was saying to Jax. I mean, for a second, I was like, oh man, maybe Lala doesn't know Jax that much. But then when they rolled the B-roll of like stuff that had happened in the past, I'm like, oh God, yeah. Duh, they know each other.
Yeah.
We don't see them interact a lot, but
It's because she's grown up and she's like gotten over it and it's just done.
The thing I'm kind of confused by is when Scheana was telling the group, like, if she's still in love with this guy, she's still in love with him. And then she's like, oh, I'm setting her up with Adam. So I'm like so confused. She's like, make up your mind. Like,
right. Well, I think that's why somebody called her out at the dinner.
Yeah.
And said, Scheana, you were trying to set
Yeah, I feel like Brittany just needs to like move on with her life. I feel like she has Stockholm syndrome.
She
and so
does.
She's
Stockholm
so
to the
in love
T.
with what she wants the idea of this to be, and she's so used to it that I don't even think she knows what it's like to have a guy respect you in a relationship.
Yeah.
She's protecting
know?
the kidnapper.
Oh, wait, you guys, so... Kimberly, thank you for calling us out. There is definitely hockey here. The Kings, duh.
Oh yeah.
And also, like, Anaheim Ducks.
Maybe they're too big though for Jax Taylor.
Anaheim Ducks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever Tampa's having to offer.
I'm sorry. Let's go back into it. But I just said thank you for reminding us that we're not crazy.
Clearly, we're not sports fans, and that's why we're hosting this show right now. Drag us in the comments.
No.
I just don't like, to me, it's the same guy. So it's just going to be me being repetitive. I know he doesn't need to get defensive when your friends are clearly there. They're in a group where they tell each other everything, but their friends are just giving them advice and they're not like mature enough to just take it and be like, you're right and I haven't been that guy or whatever. But instead he gets so angry and like mad.
Because he's a selfish brat.
But it just like... Kelsey's not there, so he can't be calm, cool, and collect.
What is Kelsey like doing for him? He obviously giving him a lot. He gets really excited. Like we saw when she came into the room, like all sorts of his body got erect, and he was just like very happy to see her. But I'm like, other than like showing up and like being a pretty girl that gives him attention, like what else is she really doing for? Because that's not real Reiki. Because Reiki instructors don't come and sit on your couch and just talk to you about nothing.
I think because she's giving him full attention, she's giving him everything he wants to hear, and he doesn't have to have an intimate relationship with her. Like, he doesn't have to give anything. It's all about Jax. Like, it's like a therapy session, and he's paying her. Well, I don't know if Bravo is, but...
I mean, Lisa Vanderpump did say, like, why isn't he going to, like, another therapist where he sits down and, like, talks, and then they give their advice, and...
Because he can't deal with that.
Yeah.
I know, but...
he can't actually hear that he has flaws.
I'm all for the Reiki and the woo stuff, but like, I mean, not that much, but like, I'm into it. I'll try it, but like, this isn't real Reiki. Like, this isn't anything. It's like, it's just a girl that's like, I have camera time, so I'm gonna come and talk to Jax Taylor for an hour and pimp out my Reiki services. But like, that's not real Reiki.
No,
I've done Reiki. There are like noises. There's like a sound bath.
Chimes.
Yeah.
You're like out under the moon.
I mean, the fact that Jax, like...
Wow.
Intense, the spiritual journey.
The conversation that Jax and Brittany had when she left was, like, so ridiculous to me. He was like, you don't listen like her, basically. It was, like, kind of a slap in the face, like, comparing Kelsey to Brittany, which you can't do because Kelsey's not dating you. Yeah. Kelsey doesn't have to be with you all the time and deal with you cheating on her. Sorry that Kelsey likes you maybe a little bit more and gives you more excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not likes you more, but just like doesn't see the bad sides of you. But that Brittany does. So like, of course she's not going to give, I don't know.
Yeah. He described her, and I quote,
please,
the highlight of my week. The highlight of his week, which means he's with you, Brittany, all the other time, but that's all awful. He's only happy when he gets to see Kelsey when she shows up once a week.
I can't.
It was just not how...
rotten hell.
It was not good. And Brittany, I think, he wasn't describing Brittany at all. Brittany does not comment or really even talk. She, like, will take it.
I know.
Right. No, this whole thing, like, I wish she could get out of the Jax. I mean, it's not even like he's being nice and, like... Also, she planned this whole trip and you're being horrible to her. And talking about Kelsey in the hot tub. I can't with that.
I know. And what I think Brittany should have done, because everyone was like, well, are you going to be moving with him? Like, everyone's thinking because of the relationship they're in. That would be a normal question for a normal couple. Yeah. But I think what Brittany should have said to Jax is like, I'm going to stay here, and you can go to Florida if you want. But that's that. No, because she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. But I'm just saying that's what she should have said.
She won't do it because she's too afraid to, like, lose him for some weird reason.
But she'll just...
But she could find so much more out there.
But she doesn't believe it. She does not see it. She thinks she must have like she has to have a super low self-esteem. Or he probably broke her down so much.
Amanda in the live chat, thanks for mentioning this, that Jax had no idea what her passion was, what she wanted to do for life.
Sad.
Oh my gosh, Jax. How long have you been dating? You guys been dating for 2 years and you don't know what she wants to do with her life? You don't know what her passion is?
Yeah, or she just talked about like what she liked to do. I think when she was in high school, she said that she did that peer education.
Right, but like what kind of guy, I mean, geez, isn't that like one of the first questions you ask on a first date? Like, hey, what are you gonna do with your life? Like,
no, I asked like, do you want kids? Do you want to get married?
Do you say
Will
that
you
on
follow
a first
me on
date?
Instagram?
Yeah.
What's your
passion?
passion?
You say that on a first date?
That's why I'm single.
Probably my reason as
that's
well.
Hilarious. But no, it's true. I
mean, that's
and then
insane.
he got mad at Kristen because Kristen was just interested and was like, how do you not know this? And then he just got mad again.
I really love.
He's so easy to read.
He's crazy. I love when Stassi called him out and she's like, I see the way when I walk past your apartment, the way you talk to her. Like, finally, people are just calling him out. Just move away,
but it's
Jax.
still like he's still like, you don't know my relationship. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. It's like, yeah, but we've seen enough to like.
And it's like, yes, we do. We know.
Right. And yes, you can blame some on editing. You know, I'm sure he uses that excuse. Like, you don't see it all. Like, you don't see behind the closed doors. Fine, whatever.
We see enough.
We see enough. I mean, geez. You don't know what she's passionate about. That's where I draw the line.
And he still talks how he talks. Like, he doesn't, like, magically change into this nice guy.
No.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. With, like, the whole behind closed doors. Like, couples who have issues that are bad behind closed doors, like, that's what you know, they come out and then they pretend to be happy. But, like, there's no pretending between them. Like, they're not happy. They're always fighting. He's always talking down to her. Like,
but she said on vacations that they're happy, though.
I
like,
know.
when they're away.
But that's...
I think they're on vacation
Mexico.
right now.
Yeah, I did not see that in Mexico at all. I just, like...
holding on to that hope.
Yeah, there's people in the group chat that are just saying that he just is not interested in her. Just looks like he's not interested in her anymore.
Sad. I know.
I think it's
so
just
sad.
gotten too comfortable for him where he doesn't have to try. He doesn't have to fight for her attention. She, you know, allows so much that, you know, it's just, I think he's one of the guys that likes the chase. He likes to earn a girl's attention and affection because he wants it to be on them. And so he likes a bit of that challenge, and she's not fighting him on it.
She's not fighting him on it. But
I love you. You know what she needs, Tiege?
What does she need? Tell me what she
needs
needs.
some sister advice. She needs
Yes.
some real
She
talk.
does.
Some
She
real
needs
advice.
it.
I feel like we could all use some real talk.
Oh,
Those,
real
like
talk.
some
Yes.
All the time.
like so if you guys want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, because we all know we need that. For all of you that do want to, you can listen to a very fun podcast. It's called Conversations with Maria, Podcast Edition, and it's hosted by AFTERBUZZ TV founder Maria Menounos, and it drops every Friday on iTunes.
So good, you guys.
So good. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career and relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you never had. Jax, please take notes. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free.
For free.
Be sure to rate it and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that we were the ones that sent you there. The Vanderpump Rules after show.
Yay.
Conversations with Maria Podcast Edition on iTunes. Check it out now.
It is so great.
Yeah.
She's
good.
so
So
great.
good.
And she's doing so much right now. So
I
she's
know.
really fun to listen
She
to.
just did a recent one, I think, that's about to drop. It was an animal psychic.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they were like
That's
reading.
like a new therapy Jax can
Yeah.
Yeah. That's any
an
therapy
animal.
would be truthfully great. Okay, should we talk about the divorce closet, you guys? Okay, so this episode we see Rob and Scheana are planning this divorce closet, which is a good idea. It's, you know, getting rid of things that are from a previous marriage after you're divorced. However, we have been saying since the beginning of this season that Rob literally had stipulations to be on this to kind of promote his own personal brand, and like now it's this, and then also we hear, I can't even, that he is gonna get most of the equity, and she'll be the face of
She's
it.
the
And
face.
she smiled, though. She was like,
Yeah.
She was like,
He
She's
doesn't
like,
even care.
I'm lost
The
in your
face.
blue eyes.
Equity means that he's getting most of the money.
Yeah.
What?
he's a freaking opportunist, and she does not see it.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
crazy.
Scheana, her motto should be divorce. It gets worse. She hasn't
funny,
shown.
Zach.
I mean, honestly,
That's
like
good.
There's no hope.
Brandi Glanville wore divorce better than Scheana Shay currently does.
And it's funny
true.
because
Yeah.
Scheana was the one that made
broke up her
Brandi-
marriage.
Yep. Yes.
Yes, very
How
ironic.
ironic.
The world
It's
comes
sad.
full circle.
It
It
sure
really, this
does.
episode really shined a light on Rob
Yeah.
and made it seem that what he's doing is just for himself.
And that's, I think he's not totally cutting her off, because you know when you stop seeing someone, they like cut you off totally sometimes. Well, but he's keeping the relationship like nice and friendly
Oh,
because
of
she
course.
needs him.
Yeah.
He needs her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called a business, and that's what
Exactly.
they're gonna. But how about his cringeworthy moment when she was like, "Well, the next person I'll be married to is you," and he was like, "Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God,
I know.
oh God, oh God."
Girl, you just got your divorce. Why?
No, it hasn't even happened yet.
in
At
that
that
scene,
time,
it
it
wasn't
hasn't even
even
happened yet.
Oh
thing.
my gosh, like you even want to jump into that? Like you shouldn't.
No.
Even if you want it in life, you shouldn't want to jump into it right away.
Right. No.
And I have a countdown like that, but like for Christmas or like
Right.
fun.
My birthday.
Chocolates.
Yeah.
Why?
I will say that I actually think the divorce closet is a smart idea.
Oh, it's
Yes.
genius.
Yeah.
It is.
It was definitely not Scheana Shay's idea.
No.
This
Rob's.
was all Rob's idea, and he's like, "Oh, properties, new e-commerce website. Scheana Shay want a date?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Total opportunist.
I know.
Total opportunist. Right,
It's
just
sad.
my type. So if he's single,
Yeah. Which I think he is right now.
you'll be
Yeah.
the face.
Yeah. Okay, so now should we get into Tom and Tom?
Yeah.
Tom.
Well, real quick, they're doing well.
I hate this storyline so much because it makes them look like Tweedledee and Tweedledummer.
Yeah. For
Like
sure.
it doesn't give them. I feel like if this storyline would have been executed right, then we would have seen them growing up and like actually taking real steps toward running a business. But like they just make them look so dumb, and they make like Tom Schwartz. I mean, look, maybe it's the editing, maybe they're just that dumb, but like it makes them not appear like serious businessmen. And it's like, then let's just be real and call it what a spade. Lisa Vanderpump is opening a restaurant and she's using them as the face. Here's the face and here's the equity. There we go. Rob broke it
Exactly.
down for us earlier.
Thank you. Business
We just need
class.
to apply it
It's true.
to Tom.
Because all you see when they had that meeting, when the designer came, all you see is Lisa and Ken talking with the designer, and they're just like, yeah, it's not like Tom and Tom came up with the designs. And they're over there with their coolers in the corner,
Like little
mixing
kids.
Mixing up
drinks.
drinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Playing.
I mean, it was a cute effort, but
Yeah,
that's what I
yes.
mean.
But-
A cute effort is not what you want to bring to the table
No.
when you're opening up a business.
They should have been called up Lisa and been like, hey, are you free on this day? Like, come into the restaurant, or like, we can come to your house. We have some drinks we want you to try.
Yeah.
It's that simple. They really do. Look, I feel like I could do something like, we could all do something like that.
Do you guys think there's going to be like a spin-off maybe of
Probably.
this?
Oh, totally.
Like this is an
Probably.
opportunity.
Bravo's all about the spinoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's
I
what
mean,
was
and Lisa
feeling.
Vanderpump's smart. She knows that two of these prime like Jax and Brittany's spinoff wasn't an accident.
Right.
Exactly.
She was an executive producer on that too.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so should we talk about tea?
Yeah.
Are we getting into tea time?
Yes.
Ready? Clink your cups.
I
You
have
two
one.
cups to clink. Yes. Okay, the first item on our list of things to talk about is the reunion. Was
Yay.
shot. And one of the things I thought was interesting was that Lala was mostly with the witches of WeHo, meaning
Yeah.
Stassi, Kristen, and Katie. And
like
Scheana
it.
and Ariana seemed to keep to themselves. Brittany was, of
On
course,
their own
playing both
island.
sides because
Yeah.
she's friends with everyone. But that was interesting, is what I thought.
I like it. I love the Witches of WeHo. I love Stassi with, not Stassi, Lala with them. Like together, they're everything. I love it when they fight with Tom Sandoval. 'Cause he just gets so angry, and I love his little angry face. It's the only time I find him sexy.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you can see their friendship growing this episode with Stassi and Lala.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
they're pretty smart girls. So, I mean, why
Yeah.
wouldn't they get along?
Totally. I love it. And I love, because what are they calling each other? Gangsta bees.
Boss babes.
And I think that they are similar in personality, but different enough to get along. So I think I kind of like that pair. It seems a little bit dangerous.
What I like
I like
about
it.
it most is that they're two very strong alphas that can easily be queen bee on the show. And they came along and they got together, and it's
Right.
not catty and they're not fighting. Like they're uniting
Yeah.
and like being a cordial front to everybody. Like it's
Right.
not a competition over who's going to be the queen bee on the show and I'm going to put all of you and the rest of the girls down. Whereas like with Scheana, you can just see that
Everyone's a threat.
everyone's a threat. It's a little arrogant. She acts like she's a little better than other people, and it's off-putting. Whereas I like these girls coming together.
Yeah, I feel like before maybe Lala and Stassi didn't get along because Stassi didn't feel like she could fully talk and like be herself. But
Yeah.
in this last episode, she explained herself and Lala saw where she was coming from. So I just feel like she doesn't, like she said, doesn't feel the need to apologize.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
just
good.
being
She
honest
shouldn't.
with each other, finally. And it's
Yeah.
working.
And we totally brushed that storyline under. Like, they didn't bring that up again, the whole Jeremy
no.
thing. Like, it was
No.
it was like the Logan thing, like just
Like-
very quickly swept right under.
I
where it's
know,
like
what the
this
heck?
season would have really blossomed if we pursued some of these good storylines.
Yeah, the
Right?
little B
And not the divorce
storylines.
closet.
Yeah, and not like the Tom Tom. I mean, I don't need to see that every week.
I don't need to
No.
see that every week.
But I would like
Show
to
me
see
the opening.
Logan, and Faith. Another person, Faith, was rumored to. Remember when there were rumors
Yeah.
that she was going to be at the reunion? It sounds like she probably was not.
Yeah.
She posted on social media, and it just sounds like she probably wasn't there.
She's gonna be on a new
She's
reality
too good for that. She's mixing drinks.
Yeah,
at
I think
Sir.
that would have been. I feel
She
like
actually booked some
lot.
show. She's been shooting this month.
a new reality show, like X something.
X on the beach or
yeah,
something.
yeah, X
Yes.
on the beach. Yeah.
Yes. So, because I was DMing her today, and I want to get her in here, but she said she's shooting this month. So maybe next month we can get her in here.
Oh, come on. You're not that busy.
She might be busy.
Sorry.
And I also was chatting with Logan today, and I think he'll come on after the reunion. So I keep teasing these interviews. So when it happens,
it
we're gonna be
keeps
real
you guys
excited.
going.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any other tea time topics?
Brittany and Jax may be engaged. Did you guys see that in the Daily Mail party? She showed up with a ring.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a publicity stunt. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'm going to wear this ring on the red carpet and do it so that everyone will think and talk about us and see if we're engaged in their speculation. Like, I think they've gotten so involved in that storyline of them and in the public together and
Growing up, moving to Florida,
Yeah.
It
building
keeps them
a
just
life
like
together.
no.
go to Florida. Stay there. We don't need to film it. Bye.
Spin-off show in Florida.
No.
Kentucky.
Stacey, you're excused.
I'm saying that there's so many spin-offs now of Vanderpump that they probably would do like another
The
one.
only one I
But
don't
let's
want.
just try.
You never
Tom
know.
and
I'm not
Tom
saying it's a good
first.
thing.
Yeah, let's do Tom and Tom.
And then we'll see.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I could follow that.
No, I would not follow it. but-
No, if things were different, I would be able to, but they're not.
No, unfortunately,
So,
they're not.
Not.
Not okay. Is it time for predictions?
I think so.
For next week. Yay!
And now,
And
your
now.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so next week we see more of Mexico,
Yes.
which is really exciting.
Yeah.
And it looks like James tells Jax about Scheana setting up Brittany with Adam. So I'm excited to see that. What are you guys excited about?
I'm excited that James drops the bombshell. Like, I like this James, who's like, I have a secret. I'm just going to drop it, and I'm going to run, and I don't know what happened.
I know.
I don't know how I got a recording of Faith screwing
brilliant.
Jax, but here it is.
Amazing.
I'm excited for the Jax and Brittany thing. I feel like it could either go two ways.
Okay.
I feel like one, Jax could be the hypocrite that he is and be pissed off that this happened. Or two, I feel like he could maybe approach Brittany and be like, well, did you know this was a date? And like, what were your thoughts on it? And then I'm just saying it could go two ways.
You're giving him a
Probably
lot of
not the
credit.
latter,
The former, for sure.
but I'm just saying. And I also want to know what Kristen did to Stassi
Yeah.
for her to be like, girl, you're not coming on vacation with me anymore.
Yeah, weird.
I'm
I
excited
think,
for that.
I think she just has a lot of energy, is my prediction. And she like wants a lot of like.
yeah, I think
Kristen?
she's like a
Kristen.
bad influence and like gets too excited and,
And
like,
she's, like,
takes
excited.
it too far.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the Kristen and Stassi fight. I want to see more of Kristen.
Right.
Missing
Yeah.
her.
I like her
Stacey,
yelling.
I'm going to quote what Stacey said. Stacey literally said this about Kristen. Stacey said she needs to get unhealthy again.
I miss Kristen
She needs to be
that
emotionally
will bring
unstable.
Kristen back on this show.
Yes.
Just saying.
I know. She's like kind of in a stable relationship at this point.
What's going on?
Seems
Like, I like it, but
She's just
like for real life, not for reality TV.
Right.
Just like
That's the
give
thing.
a little something.
Give us a little some.
Let's slip a little more tequila in her.
A little some. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining. As always, you guys are thebomb.com. Let us know if there's anything we didn't get to, anything you guys want us to talk about, look into for the week. Put it in the comments section. You guys are awesome. This live chat was lit tonight. You're the
I
best.
love it.
If you guys want to follow us during the week, you guys can find me at TiegDP pretty much everywhere. So I'll see you there. And then
Thank
got
you guys
Zach.
for watching. I'm Zack Peter. You can follow me at Just Plain Zack.
Happy Monday, guys. I'm Sarah Serio, and you can follow me at SSerio.
And I'm Stacey Olivas. You guys can follow me all over social media at Stacey_Olivas.
Amazing. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Woo!
Pumptini.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.